Let's color a double page from this color by number book, The Princesses Tome 2. I'm going to start with pages 1 and 2. I don't normally color my pages in chronological order, but I really liked this one because it had plenty of details and I was able to use a variety of art supplies like colored pencils, water-based markers, acrylic markers, and gel pens. I also really loved this page because Rapunzel is painting, and since painting is one of my newest fond hobbies, I felt like it was pretty fitting. You're going to notice that I started outlining with a black colored pencil, but later I'm going to switch to a water-based marker when I get to Tiana and Rapunzel. I like doing this because I like to separate the background to the front of the page. And I like to use gel pen for smaller details, and then I'll go in with a combination between pencil and water-based markers or acrylic and water-based markers. I explained how I did this in my last short video if you want to see more about that while I colored Rapunzel's dress. Oh yeah, and a couple of side notes here. I just barely noticed while I was coloring this page that there's actually hidden messages in this book as well. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I wanted to share that with you. But I also wanted to let you know that I filmed this vertically because I intended this video to be a short, but I didn't want to rush it, so I decided to edit this video in long form content instead. If you can, and if you want to, please let me know if you like it vertically or horizontally. Maybe next time I will try to film this horizontally. I just don't normally post long form videos much, at least not yet. To be completely honest, really what I am doing here is I'm just playing around with all of my art supplies. I don't set any rules for myself and I don't plan everything out beforehand, I just go with the flow. I also don't follow the color chart to a T. You might not really notice this, but I don't use the same color that is designated for that specific number, alphabet, or symbol. For example, Tiana's skin tone is supposed to be the same color as the wooded beams in the ceiling, but I chose different shades of brown. I like doing this because, well, for one, I don't use too much of one pencil, and two, I think it adds depth of color and contrast to my page. Okay, so this is interesting. You're going to see me use this clear liquid called Gamsol. I've used it a couple times on this page. I was strolling through Michael's one day and I was looking for something that could thin out acrylic paint. And I saw this stuff, and on the bottle it said that it can be used to thin out oil-based acrylic paints, but it also says that it can clean your brushes or it can be used to blend colored pencils. I was like, what? Okay, let's go ahead and try this out. So here's what I noticed. It does blend the colored pencil a little bit, but more so, it helps add a second layer once the Gamsol dries. So I'll use the Gamsol whenever I just want to use colored pencils and don't want to layer over it with water-based marker. What can I say? I just really like having options. So now we're moving on to the fun part of these pages, and I'm starting with Tiana. I decided to use acrylic marker for her fur shawl and her dress. I did outline the different shades with gel pens so that I could see better as I was coloring, and I also outlined the little sparkles as well. Luckily, I had the correct colors to make her dress, so I had no issues getting this part right. The only thing that I wish I did was go over it a second time to really get an opaque finish, but I was already working on this page for 2 days. Can you believe that? Yeah, 2 days I was already working on this, and I just really wanted to keep going. So it's really up to you and a preference of yours if you don't mind seeing the numbers underneath or not. I just don't. For the rest of her, I used colored pencils for her skin tone, and then I went over it with a lighter shade with a water-based marker. I like doing this to give it a non-streak look without having to use acrylics. That's actually probably my favorite style of coloring. And then for her hair, I used the Gamsol and then I layered with pencils only. I didn't show it in the video. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing this as a long form video, so I didn't show how I did her facial features, but for that I just used my gel pens to create the lipstick and her eye shades and her eyeshadow. But if this video does go well, then next time I will consider filming a little bit more. this is where things got a little bit rocky and a little bit out of hand. At this point, I'm on my 4th day trying to finish these pages, and Rapunzel decided to give me a little bit of extra work. Everything was going really well, and then I just struggled so badly finding colors for her dress. I did end up figuring it out. You'll see that in the short that I posted if you want to go back and watch that one. I ended up using a combination of acrylics and water-based markers to get really good shades to match. I've played around with layering with colored pencils and water markers, and it works out really good, but I've never tried layering acrylics with water-based markers, and I was really pleasantly surprised that it worked out. I've seen others use pencils on top of acrylics, but with the acrylics that I have, it doesn't exactly leave a smooth finish, so if I layer with pencil, it looks bumpy, and I really don't like that. While I have a moment, I would just like to thank you if you are still here watching this video. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm really not sure what I want to do with this channel yet. I'm kind of just going with the flow and I'm having fun. My kids like to watch these videos. My husband enjoys watching them too. He likes to see all the stuff that he buys me come to life. So yeah, I kind of do this for them, but I also enjoy interacting with you guys. So if you did like this video, if you would like to press that like button, it does make me feel good and it encourages me to keep making more videos like this. Now I'm finally done with her dress and it came out beautiful. I love it. I love it. It made all of that work totally worth it. But now we are gonna go ahead and move on with her hair. And I wanted to use colored pencils to kind of match Tiana's look. But given the fact that her hair is blonde, it's not as easy to use pencils to give it that contrast that I was really looking for. But I wasn't giving up yet, so I decided to just keep on going and see if it gets better. You know, sometimes things get worse before it gets better. So I decided to use an acrylic marker to outline the darker parts of her hair. And then I used a darker shade of gel pen on top of those outlines. At this point, I was really liking the way it was coming out. I really liked the darker outline. It looked really good. So then I took a brown gel pen and I outlined the outline to give it more streaks, and I really liked the way that that was turning out too. But then, after all that work that I put in using colored pencil and outlining, I attempted to add glitter acrylic paint, and oh my goodness, that was such a bad idea. I've used glitter on my canvases and it looks really nice, but on these pages it just looks so awful. But thankfully, I used my acrylics and they saved my day, and I used a brush to blend on top of the mess that I created. I actually used a total of 4 different acrylic markers to really blend, and yeah, it took a lot of work, but I finally made it, and finally her hair was done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of her features. I used colored pencil and water-based marker for her skin tone, just like I used on Tiana, and then I used gel pens for her eyes and her makeup, and she looked beautiful by the time I was done with her. And despite the fact that it took me 4 days to complete these 2 pages, I had a lot of fun, and I am looking forward to many more pages in this book, and I'm wondering if there's going to be any more hidden messages on other pages. I'm assuming so, which is pretty cool. I wonder if you guys like those too. But thanks again for joining me. I hope you like this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next one.